Alright, so here I am with a Polaris 325 Magnum from, I think it's 2000, if I'm not mistaken. I just got it a couple weeks ago because the engine died in a magnificent fashion. No oil. I'm thinking it's a bearing. It's locked up. It only locked up after I was trying to start it. So, it was really odd, actually. Usually you would think it would lock up when it's running. But, anyway, starter's right there. Innocent little spot right there. But there's a lot to get at. Yeah, I mean, probably could do it just by removing this and removing this tube. And that tube's a little bugger. That thing, I had to do the carburetor before, and getting that tube out was the worst part of the entire thing. Because it snakes down underneath everything. Everything's perfect. Alright, so getting this tube out is horrible. Hopefully the guy before you had some brains and he put the bolt facing this way so that you're able to get in there and get at it, which I did last time, so I should just pop right out when I get to it. You have to move this thing. It's just 2 bolts. Mine has 1 because, you know, that's how it happens on old wheelers. And have kind of set up. Everything's 3/8 or standardized, so a lot of 3/8 though. There. And now for the fun part, because as you can see, it kind of just everything is perfect. You have to get it all down in there just right. Had that. I'd recommend making sure you get that sucker on there correctly. Let me go to on. All you really have to do is just kind of. It is possible to play around with it and bend it up. I think that's all you're going to have to do to get that starter out. And that saves you a lot of time trying to get the carburetor out, trying to get all the rest of the stuff out. Makes it a little bit quicker. For the starter, there's only 2 bolts. There's a strut down there and a strut down there with the ground on it and positive wire that goes to the brushes and all that. So you have a little O-ring on that shaft, and that just comes into here, and once you get those bolts out, it should just slide right out, pop right out. I'm guessing they made it short enough so you don't have to remove this cowling for the belt drive, but who knows, I guess. Usually once you get to a certain point, it starts getting some play in it, so you just mess around with it. Don't force anything because there are gears involved. Yeah, I mean, you can see on mine, see that little crack there? That's seal's failing. You can see back here how it's kind of looking a little old. And then, of course, water gets in there and you start going through mud pits and crap and douse it in water. And that's what usually wrecks them, corrodes the points and all that. So, move those bolts, take out the positive. Alright, so I got this starter out of my 325 Polaris Magnum. And one thing I did notice, which is different than most of the starters I've seen, this unit is probably going to be pretty much universal between different wheelers. I mean, my Articat starter, my Articat 300 from 2001, I think, that thing had the, I mean, it spit an image, same exact thing, and it's out of a completely different motor. So I'm guessing you're going to find the exact same starter. I mean, it's not the exact same starter. I'm sure the mounting bolts or mounting plates are a little different, but I mean, it's going to be pretty much the exact same principle, at least, between every single starter you're ever going to find on Wheeler. One thing that is different on this Magnum is they have this. I'm not sure if this is the same on my Articat or not. I haven't taken out the or looked inside there, but this was the same, so I'm guessing it probably did have some sort of system like this. This just went, if you take off the recoil on it, you'll notice underneath there, this sits in between 2 bushings. There's a bushing in the housing and a bushing on the outer recoil casing. And this just meshes in onto that when it's sitting in there. And that's what spins this, and then, you know, when you turn on the starter, it pushes this out and onto the flywheel, starts it up, just like any car starter would be. As you can see, I got these flatheads just kind of prying on that bottom lip I have in there, Try to lift it up. Very careful. This is one of the worst things you could do. Alright, and then I get that kind of in the right spot. Boom. Hopefully you guys saw that. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. After that, you just I don't even know if this matters this matters directionally. Just put that on, make sure all your seals are in, and you're good to go. But I hope this video was helpful. Have a good one. Alright guys, so I found the starter part number on an online parts diagram, and then I went and looked it up on Amazon, and the actual starter is only about $35, and you can actually buy an entire kit with that drive mechanism and everything with it, you know, for only $50. So, and to be honest, that's what I'd recommend. I tried to find just a seal kit, but I mean, I don't think it's worth it, and I wasn't able to find any anyway. So, whatever it is, just thought I'd help you guys out. So there's the part number again, and you guys have a good one.